Step into this grotesque, macabre warehouse on the outskirts of Denver, and you'll soon grasp just how endangered this world's endangered species really are.
It's clear that Africa seems to be a dumping ground for these types of fake medicines, and it's killing a lot of people.
On the streets of Bangkok, fake medicines are being sold openly.
Frantic to get away, but just not strong enough. Forced into modern slavery from Ethiopia to Lebanon.
Poor teenage Asian girls in Kenya go through a network of misery, sexual slavery, and trauma.
Buried in these large fancy buildings is a money laundering scheme. Real estate is one of the sectors considered to be the melting point of this scourge that is plaguing the country.
Corruption is one of the biggest factors contributing to South Africa's deteriorating economy.
So, when it comes to cybersecurity on the continent, what exactly are African countries, governments, businesses missing? And how can governments and businesses alike make cyberspace safer for everyone who's over there?
If a justice system exists at all, it has to be to serve the victim. How do we serve the least among us?
CWAG understands that what happens to a young girl in Nigeria can impact a young girl in New Jersey. We're all connected.
We need to kill the silo mentality. We need to hold hands. We need to work together.
No single country can decisively tackle the challenge of transnational crime in isolation. Transnational crimes disrupt global economies, and it has been increasingly recognized that mitigating cross-border crime is a challenging task that calls for multilateral players and approaches to succeed.
CWAG stands for the Conference of Western Attorneys General. It's an organization that started over 20 years ago, primarily focused on training and building capacity in AG's offices, really focused on the 15 Western states in the U.S. CWAG was very, very successful in doing that. CWAG pretty much expanded without changing the name. So even though it's called the Conference of Western Attorney General, just about 50 states somehow participate in CWAG's programs and its conferences. And so at some point he said, well, why not the continent of Africa? There are so many issues, there are so many ways in which we are connected. Why not expand this to the continent of Africa? So the executive director, Karen White, pitched the idea to the board of directors, which primarily consisted of state attorneys general throughout the U.S., and it was unbelievably met with a great deal of enthusiasm.
It is through the cross-border sharing of information, experiences, skills, technology, and strategies internationally that all stakeholders can hope to make significant progress in the fight against cross-border crimes. Since 2016, CWAG, through the CWAG Africa Alliance Partnership, has continued to work with stakeholders on the African continent to promote the rule of law by working in partnership to counter transnational crimes through workshops and conferences with the judiciary, law enforcement agencies, and other state and non-state anti-transnational crime actors in Africa. Indeed, the success of effective transnational collaborative efforts on programs like the CWAG Africa Alliance Partnership rely on the cooperation and partnership efforts of participating organizations and motivated individuals. The CWAG AAP program is currently working with African Ministries of Justice, Attorneys General, Solicitors General, public prosecutors, and other state and non-state actors in Ghana, Kenya, Malawi, Nigeria, Rwanda, South Africa, Uganda, and Zambia. In 2018, we had the privilege of organizing 23 events in collaboration with our partners to promote awareness and provide capacity-building training programs across Africa. These efforts enabled us to reach out to 1,500 participants. Our engagements involved joint training programs, seminars and conferences, and the development of frameworks, in addition to signing letters of intent and memorandums of understanding to jointly address the challenges of transnational crimes with our partners in Africa. Senior CUAG representatives also made important contributions to regional conferences held in Mozambique and Mauritius. The CUAG AAP program continues to be well received with mutual appreciation and greater understanding from all parties with respect to the challenges transnational crimes present in Africa and also internationally.
I liked how one of the presenters yesterday said that just as the victims, nobody wants to talk about trafficking. I think first it's about just raising the awareness.